Hi, everybody. It's me, Kelby Lorenz, MCT's marketing director. Today, I am here with Grace Billingsley, our education administrative director. Continuing our series of meeting MCT leadership. And so today, we're just going to be chit-chatting with Grace on all sorts of stuff, personal, MCT, all of that fun stuff. So, you ready to dive on in?
I sure am. Let's do it.
All right. So, talk to me about life outside of MCT. Let the people know, who is Grace Billingsley?
Life outside of MCT. I am a dog mom. I have two dogs that I adore, and I will talk about them as much as you'll let me. I've had a little Chanel since I was 14 years old, and then I rescued Coco during quarantine, and I love them so much. I live in Springfield and travel to Marshfield a few times a week to help out there. Um, I um, I love being here. I plan to move away at some point. I don't know where, but I would love to continue to work in the business side of theater. I'm majoring in theater administration at Drury, and I'm really excited to see where that takes me.
Awesome. All right. So talk to me. How did you get involved with MCT and how long have you been involved with MCT?
So I auditioned for Into the Woods in 2014, where I played Little Red Riding Hood. And Kelby, we talk about this quite often. It was so funny because Little Red has to skip across the stage like in every scene she does. And we had this problem with my microphone sitting on my forehead that every time I would skip, it would bounce. And Kelby was pulling his hair out trying to get my mic to stop hearing ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
It's one of the few failures in my life. Like
It's so funny. And so that was 8 years ago. So that's how long I've been involved. And it was a really great memory. And clearly, I've made friendships that have lasted that entire 8 years. So it's awesome.
yeah, so speaking of memories, in a lot of these interviews I've been saying like, theater, we tend to make strong connections, we have all these great memories from shows that we're in. So speaking of memories, what are some of your favorite memories at MCT?
I was actually thinking about this recently. One of my favorite memories is pretty bittersweet because January 2020, we started rehearsals for Frozen Junior, and the bond that I had with the cast and the cast members had with each other and our creative team had, it was absolutely beautiful. And rehearsals were such a safe space, and we had an absolute blast creating that together. And then COVID hit. And during Tech Week, just a few days before we opened, we had to pull the plug and cancel the show. But my happy memory that came out of that was our very last rehearsal. We invited all of the cast parents to come, and they got to perform the finale for their parents. And while there were tears, it reminds me of the Dr. Seuss quote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened," because everybody they were hugging each other, and you could just tell that the love was being spread around like crazy. And that's one of my favorite theater memories in general for my whole life.
Yeah, I remember all of the conversations leading up to that and us like we were like figuring out every possible way we could even think about making it work and
Well,
we
we
just
postponed
couldn't.
it twice.
Yeah.
At first, we tried not to cancel it. We tried to postpone it, and it was just a crazy year. But yeah, it was a weird time for sure.
Absolutely. All right, I have a hard question. What is your favorite show? Could be one that we've done at MCT, could be a favorite show in general. This has been a hard question for a lot of people. So,
Um, so I will always be partial to Legally Blonde.
of course, of course.
I love Legally Blonde, but I think my favorite musical show of all time is The Secret Garden.
Mhm.
The music is beautiful, the story is beautiful. There are so many creative ways you can go about producing the show. I would love for MCT to do it someday. I think it would be a really good one for it.
Well, I'm laughing at Legally Blonde because you're having very much an Elle Woods
I
moment right now.
am. I'll take that as a compliment.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about 2023 and your position leading education for a little bit. So, what are you most excited about in your position this year? And like talk through some of the plans that you have for 2023.
So MCT has grown so much in the past few years, and the education department has grown so much these past few years. And I feel like 2023, we are giving our kids a voice, which is so exciting to me, and what I'm just most enthusiastic and passionate about this year. We have so our education department started because our kids said we want more opportunities, we want classes, we want camps, we want a professional experience like the adults get over the summer. So that's how the program started to begin with. And then this year we're doing our first high school play that was requested by our high schoolers. So that's really exciting. We have spring break workshops for all the kids that are stuck at home during spring break. They can come spend that break with us. What else do we have going on? We've got The Little Mermaid Junior as our big youth show this year. That's auditioning in March. That's for kids 18 and under. We're going to have a packed summer with lots of workshops and camps. We've got our Peter Pan Junior Summer Institute. So if you were involved or saw The Lion King Junior last year, it'll be that same like camp style show. And then Christmas time, we're doing the best Christmas pageant ever, which isn't an education show, but lots of kids can be involved in that one as well. And then, of course, we've got our weekly classes all year that I'm very excited about. And I should mention, we just brought on Lissa Willis as the education creative director. She was our acting instructor for The Lion King, and she's joining us to help set the curriculum for everything. And she's going to be around for a lot of those camps. So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've talked to Lissa and I'm just like, oh, she's so excited. It makes me so excited. And I just
I know.
love her energy.
Yes, I love it when we have that happy energy. And yeah, she's just so excited for everything. And she's bringing in a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, don't tell Lissa I said nice things about her, but
we'll keep it between us.
Yeah, just us. Okay, so let's talk about theater and arts education a little bit. So why do you think that theater and arts education is important?
So many reasons. Arts education, I mean, it helps you with your public speaking skills, self-confidence. It helps you tap into a vulnerable side in yourself, but still feel comfortable and confident in that. And overall just makes you a well-rounded person. The other day, we had a student talk to us, Kelby, that is in school in Louisiana for smart things, political science, psychology. She's pre-law. And she told us that if it wasn't for her mentors and teachers at MCT, that she would not be where she is, and that her scholarship applications wouldn't have been as good. And, you know, her college interviews and everything, she said that we had a major impact on that for her. So I think that's just a great example of you don't have to pursue theater in order for it to be impactful on your life and benefit you in your future. So
Absolutely.
I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's so great hearing that, you know, obviously your angle from like hearing from our students, but like I hear that from our adults too, you know, that like even, you know, at later points in life coming in there, like I've learned so much and I've grown so much and like I'm more confident, like I can go out and like it's not as awkward to just talk to people now, you know. And it's like
sure.
And it's like I love that we at MCT have that ability to like put that in people and like give that to them, you know, and work with them on that. So yeah,
that's what makes it so special, especially at our community theater, because community really is the heart of our organization.
Exactly. All right, so imagine you're in a classroom, there are tiny tots everywhere.
Imagine that.
What is your teaching style in the classroom?
I am a very collaborative teacher. I feel like the kids have so much knowledge and so much. I mean, we were talking about how working in theater helps you like tap into your more vulnerable side, and they're just willing to try everything and take risks and be themselves, which is so incredible to watch. So I think of myself more as like a tour guide almost. I give them the tools necessary, and then we, you know, when I'm directing a show or teaching a class, we work together to create beautiful moments, because I feel like, especially in live theater, you have to be in the moment. Everything has to be authentic. And that is my top priority when I'm teaching a class, is that the kids are involved in the decisions they make.
Absolutely. And I think people don't always understand that whenever you're directing or teaching in theater, there's just so much that you have to trust each other, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You have
yeah,
to
definitely.
trust that like I'm going to give you the tools to do what you need to, but then I'm going to trust you to like use those to do, what you need to. And I think that's just a really cool dynamic that a lot of people don't think about. They just see the final
Yeah,
product, whether it's the showcase at the end of a class, a show, and they're like, oh, that looked really pretty. And
right.
they
And
do.
that comes from like the creative team to the cast. It goes between, creative team members and then also like on stage. An example, like this summer we did the Addams Family and I was blindfolded for an entire scene. So I had to trust my entire cast to make sure I didn't fall on my face.
Exactly. All right. It's our 20th season. Like we're officially in our 20th season right now.
Wild.
Like it's insane to me that we're sitting here in January and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like actually happening. And we've been
It's
talking about
here.
it like for so long.
We've been talking about it for years. Like our 20th anniversary season, this is going to be huge. It's wild that it's here now.
So tell me, how does it feel for you being a part of the leadership team, being a part of MCT in our 20th season?
I don't know how to put it into words. Like I have been, like you said, we've been talking about it for so long and we've been dreaming about it for so long that now that it's here, I'm just like, it's coming so fast, but not fast enough. Like everything we're deep into our play almost main right now, and I'm having so much fun with that. But I'm looking forward to, everything else happening this year. It's our biggest season. We have 7 shows. 4 of them involve the youth, so I'm super stoked about that. We've got 3 straight plays, several musicals. So there's something for literally everybody. We've got contemporary shows like The Little Mermaid, but then, you're bringing in some classics with The Great Gatsby and Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So there really is something for everyone. And I'm just so proud of the season we put together and the different opportunities we have coming up. And it just makes me want to get everybody involved.
Yes, and I sat here thinking about that too because I I was talking to Jana in her interview. I was 7 apparently when MCG started.
Is that when you played Willy Wonka?
That was not no 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 no. Let's be clear, buddy. I've never been in Willy Wonka. I've never played Willy Wonka. Every time Grace says that, that's a lie.
I tell
um,
everybody when I talk about Kelby that he played Willy Wonka when he was 7.
it's just
It's
wild.
my favorite running joke.
But it's just crazy to stop and think like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Like this is our 20th season, and
Yes.
it's just really cool to think about all of the people that are involved that have been involved last year planning our 20th season to the people that are getting in like that are involved this year. We've all been
Mm-hmm.
talking about growth, and I think our 20th season is going to be just jam packed with a lot of fun stuff for people.
Most definitely.
And I'm just really excited about it.
Yes. Yes. Lots of old, like old concepts returning, but then we're offering so many new things too. It's a
Mhm.
really nice balance and I'm so stoked about it.
Yeah, and kind of with that, I think there's a lot of ways to get involved. So why do you think people should be involved with MCT?
So working in education especially has shown me something truly incredible, and that is that there is a place for every generation of the family. We have kids as young as 4 in our shows or in our Broadway Babies class, and their older brother or sister might be in our acting classes or, working on their senior play. Well, we have mom sewing costumes and dad painting the set and grandma coming in to help, do some craft projects. So there really is a place for everyone, and there's no skill that we can't use. I mean, we're always looking for people to help with our marketing, with our social media. We love people to come and take pictures for us. We love crafty people. We love people that can sew or build or paint or sing or dance or act or anything in between. So, and then especially when you look at this season we have coming up, I mean, we have everything from angels in Christmas pageant to zombies in Night of the Living Dead. We're going under the sea over the summer, so we're gonna need all hands on deck. And so if you get involved with MCT, you're bringing your family together, you're creating a new family because there are so many wonderful people at MCT that I consider family now because it's so welcoming. But also, we talked about the importance of arts education, but becoming involved with MCT just makes you an advocate for the arts, and that's so important too. to get more people involved in that, to better prepare them for the future. And so I think there are a lot of really good reasons to get involved with us this year.
Absolutely. And regularly scheduled marketing break in all of these interviews right here. If you want to get involved, but you can learn more at marshfieldtheater.org. We have a contact page with all of our email addresses on it, so you can reach out to different people. You can message us on our social media pages. We have several for MCT. We have several for our education department. You can reach out to Grace or I individually if you want to. If we're not the right people, we'll find the right people. So just don't be afraid to reach out, because we will happily talk to you and figure out, where you can best fit. So don't be afraid to do that. And thus ends the marketing break that has been in every single one of these interviews.
Perfect.
So that was my last official question. So is there anything else that you want to say to the masses before we wrap up?
Well, like you said, find any information on our website, marshfieldtheater.org. If you have any questions at all, if you are on our website and you're seeing all of these programs and all of these shows and you don't quite know where you fit in this, maybe you don't sing, or maybe you don't think you're very artistic to paint, like reach out to us. We have a spot for you and your whole family. This can be a really great place for everyone. And I think that's my biggest goal for 2023 is to help everybody find their safe space at MCT.
Beautiful way to wrap this up. All right. Well, that's all that I have. So thank you for joining me and letting people get to know you a little bit better. Like I said, if you have questions, feel free to reach out. But other than that, we can go ahead and sign off. I will see you soon. Hopefully we'll see everybody at shows and events throughout the 20th season. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.